Any questions? Right. Any questions, Wisdom? Right. So everything is comfortable. Now I need to take you to the extended star schema, right? Just going for that. So let me explain you. So the first point I was talking to you, in case of extended star schema, the master data is outside the dimension table. So I am talking about extended star schema. So in case of extended star schema, the master data is outside the dimension table. So what is master data in this case? Attribute data, text data and hierarchy. Text and hierarchy. So if you look at this, see, this is fact table as usual, there is no change. And this is dimension table. So now this is material dimension table. This is fact table, dimension table. This is material dimensional table. And if you want to look at this, see the attribute data, text data and hierarchy data which is outside the dimension table. The master data now. Attribute data like material group, text data like material name, hierarchy data which is outside the dimensional table, and it is connected to dimension table by using a surrogate ID table. So in surrogate ID table, you got material ID as well as SID is generated by the system. I told you the master data is connected to dimension table. Master data is connected to dimension table by using SID table. Surrogate ID table. The surrogate IDs are generated by the system. The surrogate IDs are generated by the system while loading master data. The surrogate IDs are generated by the system while loading master data, and the same surrogate ID is copied to the dimension table. While loading transaction data. That's the point I was talking to. Let's say for example I am uploading my metal master like metal ID, material group. So metal ID, let's say for example metal ID, let's say for example M11, group is let's say desktop. So what happens in a SID table, system is going to generate a surrogate ID. It is automatically generated. We need not to give that. It is automatically generated by the system. Right. So for metal ID M11, system has given some surrogate ID, the response. Now what is important for us? Transaction data. Like let's say for example I am uploading material as well as purchase quantity. So metal ID M11, purchase quantity is on 1200 units. Metal ID M11, the purchase quantity is on 1200 units. Right. So now what is going to happen? This purchase quantity is inserted to quantity key figure, inserted to fact table. But what about metal ID? M11? So that's where system is going to check your surrogate ID table. So in surrogate ID table related to M11, you got some surrogate IDs. Now see that metal ID, metal group is uploaded to attribute table. Along with that, system has generated some surrogate ID in surrogate ID table. So the same surrogate ID is copied to dimension table. That's what I was talking to you. Now related to M11, you got some surrogate ID which is copied to dimension table. That is surrogate ID 2. That's right. Any questions? where it is? Yeah. Somebody's trying to speak. Yeah. Wisdom? Yeah. Elvis? Yeah, Dan. SID. It is just one table. Multiple columns you are going to have. SID as well as material ID, that is, you can see here. SID as well as material ID. 2 columns. Only 2 columns you are going to have. Come again? Yes, only 2 in this SID table. But the system is going to add up some additional columns, which we need not to worry. I'll show you all the tables. Keep in mind, as of now, we have got 2 columns, one is material ID as well as surrogate ID. Here we can see this. Every table in the schema is automatically generated for in DAB of the system. We don't generate any table manually. It is all system generated. Any more? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So once again you can see here fact table, and this is customer dimension. So if you take out this customer dimension, again the attribute data, text data is outside the dimension table, and it is connected to this table, SID table. You can see, and the same surrogate ID is maintained in dimension table. You can see that. So any more questions, anybody? Without master data, we should not load transaction data. If you load it, it's going to throw you SID missing error. I told you. So let's say, for example, I'm getting some M12 information. I don't have any master data regarding M12. So what is that? Your SID is missing. So that's what. If without master data, in the live always, without master data, we should not load transaction data. If loaded, it throws you SID missing error. If loaded, it gives SID missing error. That's what. If the relations are clear, Wisdom? Oh, Elvis? We are going to talk about every time extended star schema only. We have not bothered about star schema. Just to tell you extended star schema, I have given a star schema. Yeah. So, Elvis, any questions you want?
No, really. I didn't really get a time to go through the materials yesterday. I just followed you guys because I just got back from Wednesday. Don't worry about it. I'll follow you guys and try to take a look at the materials tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, no issues. Right. So, now let me tell you some important points related to definite interview questions, whatever points I'm giving you here. So, which are going to ask you definitely in the interview. So, the first one I was talking to you, fact table. Fact table, which is placed with key figures. Fact table, which is placed with key figures. Max we can place 233 key figures. Maximum number of key figures we can place is 233 key figures, plus we are going to have foreign keys related to dimensions. How many number I will tell you. Right. And keep in mind there are 2 fact tables. As of now I am just showing you only 1 fact table in the diagram. Here got only 1 fact table, but keep in mind internally there are 2 fact tables. One is F fact table, second one E fact table. One is S fact table, second one E fact table. See, S fact table will be having some detailed data and E fact table will be having some summarized data. Just keep in mind, I'm going to show you all that. Keep in mind there are two fact tables. One is S fact table, second one E fact table. So next one we are talking about dimension table. Talking about dimension table, which is there with surrogate ID, of course it refers to characteristic. The surrogate ID referring to char only, no? But in this case, surrogate ID 2 is referring to char value to 11. That's what. So max you can have 248 chars in each dimension. In each dimension you can have 248 characteristics. That's what. And the plus a dimensional key which is going to act as a primary key. In max number of dimensions you can have maximum number of dimensions you can have 16 dimensions. Maximum number of dimensions you can have 16 dimensions. Out of that, 3 are system defined dimensions. Remaining 13 are user defined dimensions. Minimum number of dimensions is 4 dimensions. That is 3 system and at least 1 user defined dimension. 3 system defined dimension and at least 1 user defined dimension. This is minimum. And what are the system defined dimensions? What are the system defined dimensions? One is time dimension. Second one, unit dimension. Third one, data package dimension. Time dimension, unit dimension and data package dimension. Let me tell you what is this time dimension, what is there in this time dimension, what is unit dimension, what is data package dimension. Time chars are placed to time dimension. I told you dimension is there with chars. Since it is time dimension, the time chars are placed to time dimension. Most of the time the data is analyzed with respect to different time intervals, like weekly sales analysis, monthly sales analysis, quarterly revenues, like this. So for that, what is that we are just doing? We are placing SAP delivered time chars for the time dimension. 0 cal day, 0 cal week, 0 cal month, like this. 0 cal year, like this. So 0 is the prefix for SAP delivered objects. See, it is a package. There are some pre-delivered objects. So 0 is the prefix for SAP delivered objects. So always we are supposed to place SAP delivered time chars for the time dimension. That's what I mean to say. So I'm talking about mandatory dimensions. These are the mandatory dimensions. One is time dimension, second one unit and package dimension. They are mandatory. Without this we cannot design the schema. For any application, let's say I am designing a decision support system with respect to sales orders. We are going to design this schema. I am designing a decision support system with respect to purchasing. We are supposed to design this schema. And if it is production, HR, every application, the decision support system, for designing the decision support system, we are supposed to design this schema. So in the schema, there are some dimensions which are mandatory. That is, so time, unit and data package dimension. If it is time dimension, we have got time chars like this. Cal day, cal week, cal month, cal year, like this. And if it is unit dimension, what is that we are going to have? The referencing objects. I told you there are some currency referencing objects for currency and unit. Both are placed to this dimension. Both are placed to this dimension. That's what. Say for example, I told you 0 currency. One is SAP delivered and 0 unit. The other one is SAP delivered unit referencing, SAP delivered currency referencing. I told you revenue, let's say followed by a currency column. Revenue as 1000 but followed by currency column USD. So this is just a currency column. So instead of using this, I'm just using one SAP delivered currency column, that is 0 currency, which is going to be referring to a standard table. I told you already, it refers to a standard table, TCURC table. So next one, I'm talking about sales, let's say followed by unit. So instead of using this column, I'm using something called 0 unit, which is SAP delivered. Sales as, let's say for example, some 1000, once again, let's say tons, cans, gallons. This is unit referencing, which will be referring to some standard tables, that is P006 table. Any questions? Time dimension, time cache. Yes. When you use this column, automatically it refers to this table, wisdom. When you use this column, it refers to this table. Come again? See, when you are using key figure type amount and quantity, always it has to be used. The question is not clear to me, your audio is not. This is standard table. This is a table where you can see these values. US dollars, pounds, Australian dollars, euros, like this. And this is also a table where you can see all your short forms. TU stands for tons, CN cans, ZL is gallons. Our system comes now because of this table only. This is a standard SAP delivered table where you can see all the short forms. Okay? Yes. Instead of using generics, we are just using. Yes. Right. So next one I'm talking about data package dimension. I'm talking about data package dimension. What is this data package dimension? If we run the source system using ETL, we are uploading all the data to the warehouse. So it can be at regular intervals like hourly loads, can be daily loads, it can be weekly loads, it can be monthly loads. The data loading can be at regular intervals. It can be at regular intervals. Like, assume that I'm just doing some hourly loads. Assume that I'm just doing some hourly loads. Morning 8 AM I did some data load. 9 AM I did some data load. 10 AM I did some data load like this. So 11 AM I did some data load. See, each and every data load will be given with one ID known as request ID. Like, let's say morning 8 AM, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. See, all these request IDs, they are maintained in data package dimension. The purpose of this particular request ID is to track your data load history. It is to track the data load history, at what time it is loaded, whether the load is successful or not. If it is successful, how many added to your target, how many transferred from the source. Like this. It is to track all your data load history. We have to go by this request ID, which are automatically maintained in data package dimension. Any questions? Any questions, anybody? The load IDs are given in maintained in data package dimension by using a column called request ID. What is the need of this request ID? It is to track your data load history. If the load can be successful as well as failed, how you can monitor because of this request IDs. Any questions, man? Wisdom? Right. So these are the three fixed dimensions which are mandatory dimensions in the schema. So this is all about your extended star schema. What is the advantage of extended star schema? What is the advantage of extended star schema? See, master data duplication is reduced. See, let's say for example, from application system using ETL, I'm uploading to either to data warehouse or to business warehouse, let's say, other data warehouse. If it is other data warehousing systems, then based on something called star schema. If it is SAP BABW, that is based on something called extended star schema. So if it is star schema, in the center fact table surrounded by dimension table, inside the dimension we got master data. And if it is BW system, it is based on extended star schema where we got fact table, dimension table, surrogate ID connects to master data. Fact tables, dimension tables, surrogate ID connects to master data tables. That's what. Right. See, there are many applications like sales order systems, production system, purchasing system. Yes.
Now we have a master data outside our dimension table, right?
Yes.
So how is it that this extended star schema is going to have a reduction of duplication?
That's what I'm trying to explain. Yeah. See, if it is sales orders, let's say for example, I'm designing a decision support system with respect to sales orders. So assume that it is conventional star schema where you got fact table surrounded by multiple dimensions. So what is the problem here? We have to maintain master data inside the dimension. Like I need to maintain employee master, I have to maintain my product master in this schema. Right. So we take our production now. Again, we need to design the same schema, right? Fact table. Again, dimension table. Inside that we need to have master data again. So where we need to have product master as well as metal master for this application generally. So what is that? Earlier you got product master, now also you got product master. Right. If it is purchasing, once again fact table, then dimension table. Inside that again master data. So what is that? Let's say product master once again metal master. So what is the problem here? Master data is getting duplicated. In case of star schema, the master data is duplicated. But when it comes to extended star schema, say if it is extended star schema, fact table, dimension table, surrogate ID, connect to master data table. So again same system, that's I'm designing sales order system. So what is that? You are going to design fact table and dimension table. So automatically in surrogate in master tables, what is it you are going to have? Master data, right? So master data. Right. So again, let's say I'm designing a purchasing system. Let's say production system, production environment. So what is that? Once again, fact table, dimension table, surrogate ID, which connects to the surrogate ID of your master data table. See, the master data is common for all the schemas. Only the surrogate ID is getting copied to your dimension table. Earlier, all the master data is inside the dimension, but in this case only. So you are just duplicating surrogate ID. Instead of duplicating whole master data, I am just duplicating only the surrogate ID. Getting my point? If it is purchasing, same thing once again. Fact table, then dimension table. We are just going to have surrogate ID, which connects to the surrogate ID of master tables. That's what. So what is the advantage now? The master data duplication is reduced. That's what I mean to say. The master data duplications are reduced in case of extended star schema. Any questions still? Any questions? Comfortable? So the advantage is, definitely people might be asking you, the advantage of extended star schema is master data duplications are reduced. Right. Now I just want to take you to something called client and server technology. I just want to talk about client and server technology. Everybody has got installed on your machine the client. They got any GUI links and all, Elvis?
What is that?
GUI client. This is the client, you can see SAP log on. Do you got any URL from supporting?
Yeah, they did help me download some stuff.
Okay.
WebEx, you call that WebEx there?
No, this is I'm talking about SAP GUI. Right, is it installed or not yet installed? This is the client we are going to make use of. See, what is this client and server? Any idea? So, simple example, you can take it out. Let's say you got some hotline. Right. So this information can be accessed. This information is going to be stored in your hotline server. It will be there with server, but the systems, the client systems from across the globe, you can access your hotmail account. That's a client system from US you can access, and client system from UK you can access. UK you can just access, and from some other client you can access this server information. Right? See, SAP, even SAP is also based on client and server technology. Let's say, for example, any business client, when any business wants to implement for the relation support system, SAP BAW, they are going to get the server. So the server will be there with headquarters. It is always there with headquarters. These and all the information is stored in server only. But the clients could be across the globe. The client systems can be across the globe. If you take out Nike as a business, see, Nike business people are there throughout the globe. So they need to take up decisions by going to this particular information given by your BAW server. So the client systems, let's say it is there in USA, for example, again it is there in Canada. The client system from Canada like this. So the client and servers So this is what your client and server technology, and client and server must be connected by using some networks. The client and server must be connected by using a network, VPN, virtual private networks. Citrix, you can say. First of all, you need to log into the Citrix. Virtual private networks are Citrix. For this also you are going to have secure IDs and passwords. Secure ID and passwords mandatory. Right. Clients and servers are connected by using VPN. Right. You have got some VPNs. Right. Fine. Now there must be communication between your client system and server system. For that you need to have a client software installed on your machine. Client software must be installed on every client machine. A client software must be installed on every client machine. So if it is SAP, the client software we are going to use SAP GUI or SAP Logon. SAP GUI or SAP Logon. You can see here this is SAP Logon or SAP GUI. For this client there are different versions. The client versions are 640, 710, 720 like this. Like this, there are many client versions. Whatever may be the client version, we are not bothered. If you just give a double click on this client, you can see what is this client version? 710. See, and whatever may be the client version, we are not bothered. We have to verify. See, this is our BA platform. I told you, Business Explorer. We have to see to that we have got new reporting tools. These are all 3.5 tools, which we are not worried. But we have to check we have got new reporting tools available. So Query Designer, Analyzer, Report Designer, Web Application Designer, everything you can see here. That's what you can see. See to that you got new reporting tools installed on your machine. Right. So you know about your client software and you know about your server. See, related to server, let me give you small information. Now, I told you so far client, now I am talking about server. See, when you get the license from SAP, first of all you need to get the license from SAP. So there is something called pre-marketing team which is going to get the license from SAP. So when you get the license from SAP, SAP used to deliver something called admin software, that is admin client we used to say it as. 000, that is admin client. So from this, see this is I am talking about server. So database clients you can say it as. It's not your client software or client machine. It is I am talking about client database related to, say, this is admin client. From this admin client, the basis team I told you, there are different team structures like technical team, functional team, BA/BW team, basis team. The basis team used to develop all the system environment. Develop the system environment. They used to develop the system environment, that is development system. What is the purpose I'll tell you. Then testing system. What is the purpose I'll tell you. Production system. See, so the basis team used to develop this development system. Testing server, you can say it as development server, and testing server and production server. So it is known as system landscape or system environment. Normally for development system it's not the standard. I'm just taking client could be 100, 200, 300. This is what. And apart from this, we have got something called sandbox system. What is the need of development system? I want to talk to you. What is the need of testing? What is the need of production? Right. See, apart from this development server, testing server and production server, we are going to have sandbox system. This is used for training purpose. Sandbox system, which is used for training. All your international trainings are going to happen with sandbox system, which is filled with IDES, that is Internet Demo Education System. The client is 800 if it is IDES, or it could be filled with sometimes non-IDES, that is 001. It could be there with IDES or non-IDES. IDES is 800, non-IDES is 001. That's what. So I'm just talking about client and server. I told you what is a client and what is a client software. Now I'm talking about server. Normally SAP is suggesting 3 server landscape, or you can say it as 3 system landscape, like development, testing and production. Apart from this, we have got something called sandbox system, which can be there with IDES or non-IDES. So I just want to show you how to get into your system once. See, this is your SAP client software. You can see VUI. Just give a double click on this. Double click on the client. Now you need to select your concern server. If you want to get into development, go by development. If you want to get into testing, production. Select the concern system, go with logon. Now you can see that client, this is non-IDES client. We are using sandbox system, which is a non-IDES client, I told you. It is a non-IDES client, and you need to give the privileges, and the password is case sensitive. Use only lowercase letters, don't use uppercase, and you must be getting your passwords, usernames and passwords. Just select the concern system. Select the, once again I'll repeat it. Select the concern system, go with logon. Give the user privileges, go with logon. Now you're in easy access screen. You're in easy access screen. Once you log in, you can just, if you want to open a new session, you can use /o. Otherwise, you can just create a session from here. From here, you can just create a session. Like this, you can open 6 sessions. With each login, you can go by 6 sessions. So that is maximum numbers of 6 sessions you can go by. Right. So if you want to log off from the system, you can just go by log off. Right. Then we can see there are some menu bar options. There are some menu bar options. If you want to go through, you can just go through all of them. And here, so what is our objective? I told you during system architecture, there is something called, why we are getting into the system first of all? To design the data model. So I told you something called data warehousing workbench. Data warehousing workbench. Using this, we can design the data model of data warehouse. That's what I was talking to you. Now you want to get into the workbench, means to say you want to get into your data warehousing workbench. To get into this workbench, you can use a transaction code that is RSE1. You can use a transaction code that is RSE1. Yes.
Is it RSA1? Is it a standard?
Yes, it is standard. Every time you are going to use RSA1. So the transaction code is RSA1. I just give that. Now you can see we are in data warehousing workbench. Right, and there are some functions related to this which we are going to talk for terminology. So I just want to tell you, this is a topic which I will be taking up on Monday session. Functions of, just to give you the terminology here, functions of data warehousing workbench. So these are the functions. First one, modeling. What is that? I'll explain you. Second one, administration. I'll explain you. Next one, transport connection. Everything I'm going to take up. Then fourth one, documents. Fifth one, BA content. Sixth one, translation. Seventh one, metadata repository. So these are the different functions. So I'll be taking up all these functions. It's going to take out around 1 hour session. So I'll be taking up all these functions in the next session. Try to go through all the information given to you. Right, from Monday onwards. See, you have to be comfortable with the terminology. That's the only thing you can get. You have to practice and you have to be comfortable with the terminology. If you are comfortable with, it's going to be very easy. So just practice whatever I'm saying here in the session. That is more than enough. Don't keep any pending work.